Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Good Game Have Fun. This is me, the Hat Person, talking to you once again. And welcome to, strangely a brand new Let's Play series on the main channel. Yes, I know that pretty much the vast majority of the Let's Plays that I do now are just live streamed, and I post the whole, like, 2 hours or 4 hours on the second channel. But now, we're kind of kicking it old school. I tried to stream Senran Kagura Bon Appetit at one point, the PC version specifically, and I had a lot of technical issues. It was pretty frustrating because I record pretty much everything now with OBS, so that I can do the least amount of editing possible, and so that I can just put stuff up as fast as possible. And so I use that to stream a lot as well, and that's very fast and convenient. It doesn't consume a lot of memory, and so that's kind of what I stick with. But I was trying to stream Bon Appetit on PC, and my computer, it really isn't that powerful. I mean, it's powerful than, you know, the average computer, but when it comes to gaming specifically, it's not the best. And so, yeah, I had a lot of trouble with that. There were a lot of cuts, the audio was crapping out, everything was delayed, it was at like sub 30 frame rate. And so for a game that is on PC that kind of advertises itself as, hey, this is in 60 FPS as opposed to the Vita version of Bon Appetit, which is on 30, this game has, you know, 1080p resolution. I think you can even play this in 4K if you want. Yeah, so 60 FPS. It has all of the DLC. So, yeah, it has a lot of stuff going for it. Very similar to Shinobi Versus, where it just is kind of like a complete edition. Same with, I think, Valkyrie Drive as well. So, we're gonna play it. Right now I'm talking as if I'm starting a brand new Let's Play. I'm not, actually. Technically, episode 1 is that 2-hour live stream that I did. So if you want to see that, it's still on the main channel. I'll actually put it on the playlist. If you guys do want to go back and watch that fucking train wreck, because that's what it was. It was a train wreck. Yeah, you guys can watch that. I'll probably make like a nicer thumbnail for it. I kind of just give it a generic picture. But, yeah, I don't really know what to do at this point. I don't know if I should continue on from where I left off, or if I should just completely redo the whole thing, because, yeah, I don't know. It didn't really pan out in the way that I wanted to, so I'm kind of kicking it old school in the way that I used to do things. So no webcam, only my voice, recording everything on ScreenFlow. Hey, that has been a while since I last mentioned, ScreenFlow. But yeah, I had to like update it and everything. Yeah, so I'm using all of this older stuff that still works fairly well, rather than OBS that is a little finicky. But yeah, here we are. Just in case nobody saw that live stream, I'm actually going to just get down to taking you all through a bit of a guided tour through Bon Appetit, and then do one of the story modes. So basically, the main series is going to be just the story mode. I'm going to get in there. As a matter of fact, let's do that right now. Yeah, we can have this really cool song in the background. This is easily one of my favorite songs in Bon Appetit. It's so catchy. It's a really good song to have in the background while you're talking. So, yeah, the main series, I don't think I'm going to be doing any extras for this one, because this is a spin-off title. It's really small. It's a rhythm game, and after you play all the songs, that's pretty much all there is. So, I really don't see myself doing anything kind of outside of the story mode. I mean, there's a free mode and an arcade mode, but it's exactly the same thing, but without the dialogue cutscenes. So, yeah, that after this is done, after I do all of the stories for all the characters and I get all the achievements on Steam, that's pretty much it. That's gonna be the end of it. I was kind of hesitant on playing Bon Appetit as a series, because I really don't like this game. I think out of all the Senran Kagura games, this is easily one of the ones that I like the least, because it's just kind of stupid. It's kind of based around those kind of idiotic subplots that happen in Shinobi Versus. Most of the songs are really not that good, which is really strange, because the main Senran Kagura action games have a fantastic soundtrack, and they just keep getting better over time. But for some reason, Bon Appetit just kind of went through like the goofy kind of comedy route, and so the songs kind of come off as just like not right. And so yeah, there are a couple of ones that are really good. I think Hikage's song does end up being fairly decent. I think Yagyu's song, I mean, Yagyu's theme song is always the best one for all these games. I know that Daidoji's song is great. Asuka's one is nice. All of the main leader songs, like Homura Miyabi, like these two songs are the shit. I love it. But we'll get to that. Also, like, the game gets super duper repetitive because there really aren't a lot of characters. And, yeah, a lot of the songs repeat. So there will be a lot of editing and cutting. After you hear one song once, that's it, you know? Like, you hear it one time, and we're not really gonna go through that song again. At least you guys won't see it. So, yeah. I'm definitely gonna cut out a lot of the repeat songs, and we're mostly just gonna react to the story cutscenes. That's basically what we're here for, just the story, reacting to it, talking about it. I know a lot more about Senran Kagura now than I did back then when I first played this game. This is actually the very first Senran Kagura game that I ever played. Like, this was my entry point into Senran Kagura, and this is the game that I like the least. This is where I started to discover all the characters. Here's where I was assuming, like, oh, she's a villain. Oh, Katsuragi, she's like the rival character. And like, no. I had all of this shit backwards. All I knew is that she was a protagonist. I thought, like, Ikariga was gonna be, like evil. I thought that, you know, Hikage was gonna be evil. And she technically was for a time, but now really not so. So, yeah, I hate to keep babbling on about this, but I really do want to give some context as to why I'm playing this and all that kind of stuff. I was going to live stream the whole thing, but technical difficulties did not allow me, so I'm just recording this offline. So that lends itself to a lot of, you know, editing and me being able to explain myself more succinctly without being distracted by the chat and stuff like that. But yeah, we're greeted to this menu here, sideways. This is kinda, I know it looks a little awkward, but that's because in the Japanese version, obviously, text is from top to bottom. So, it makes a lot more sense in Japanese, but here it just looks like sideways text. We got the honor roll. Honor roll is just rankings, just score, leaderboard. Watermelon World apparently is the expert when it comes to easy mode. Lil Billin on normal, and we have Nowitzki on number 1. I haven't really played this game a whole bunch. I did play a fuck ton of it on Vita. I did platinum it. But on the PC version, I very recently got it, and I have barely played any of it because I was saving myself for either the stream or the Let's Play, either one of the two. And so because the game was completely dysfunctional while I was streaming on OBS, I decided to opt for, you know, just recording it offline, because when you're using ScreenFlow, it works a lot better. Obviously, because this is the PC version, you have a lot more options. You got screen size, display, anti-aliasing, FPS. Hanzo subtitles, dressing room subtitles, and controls. I'm actually using an Xbox 360 controller plugged into my computer, and yeah, you can actually do the keyboard and it'll work just fine. As a matter of fact, I would say that it works a little bit better for me because I am not used to the Xbox controller at all. And so I get confused a lot. I always keep expecting the PlayStation buttons to show up, and that comes a lot more naturally to me than the Xbox controller. This is the only game where I actually feel the necessity of looking down on my controller like a pleb, you know, like a beginner, to see like what button is where. So yeah, you know, the options, you know, we have the gallery here, which is just pictures. So whenever you beat a story, you get to see, you know, the picture here. There's some controls. Zoom it in. Yeah, there we go. You can zoom it in. You can't really, like, move it around all that much. I mean, you got this with a D-pad, but, like, you can't really get on super minute detail. It's a little disappointing, but, whatever. I'm sure most of these pictures are already, like, transparent and on the internet. But so far, again, if you saw that live stream from before, I know, I do apologize. That's gonna have to be episode 1. But, like, this is episode 2. It's gonna be fairly long, just letting you know right now. But, you know, we did Asuka and we did Ikariga. And there we go. These are the ending bits. If you guys, again, if you have not seen it, then I highly recommend that you guys do go and watch that previous live stream. I know that it is a little bit frustrating because there's no editing. I get distracted a lot with the chat. I complain a lot about the technical difficulties. It's kind of an embarrassing, cringy kind of stream, but I feel like it'd be a bit of a waste of time if we just played through Asuka and Ikariga's story again. Most of the reactions, most of what I want to say is already on there, so just bear with me right now and just, you know, catch up with that and then just come back and watch this. I assure you that, you know, the recorded offline videos that I record are a lot higher quality, and they're edited just to kind of get most of the fluff out of the way. It's mostly at the beginning, like right now, where I kind of spend most of my time just talking and trying to explain myself and giving context. So, just so that the rest of the Let's Play has a much more proper pace, you know? But yeah, this is the music. You got voices. Of course, we're gonna listen to lovely Ikaraga. I'm not gonna get tired of Imayasami. I love her. Yep. Alright. And then here's stats, you know, points, notes, ninja arts, specials. If you guys have played the Vita version, it is exactly the same as, you know, with the PlayStation controls, but only with an Xbox controller. The ninja arts are still with the shoulder buttons. You still press pretty much the same buttons, along with the D-pad. There really isn't a massive difference, just the platform that you're playing at. And, of course, the fact that all of the DLC from the PlayStation Network is included in this game, all in one purchase. I think this game costed $30, which I think is the same price as the Vita version if you just buy both packs, because the game on Vita is divided into two parts. There's like one $15 pack, and then there's another $15 DLC for basically guessing a new Hebijo. And so, $15 gets you this half, the other 15 gets you the other half, which in total rounds up to $30, but that's not even including the DLC, so yeah. If you walk here, if you just allow me to show you here for a second, God, I feel really weird looking at the Shinobi versus character models. I am so used to watching the brand new, like, improved PS4 Estival versus PBS character models. I really like these character models. I mean, they're kind of unique in their own way. They stick out in a really nice way. They really have an aesthetic of their own. It's very cel-shaded, very, I don't know. It just looks unique. Very, very different from the Estival thing, but not worse. Like, I feel like it has a totally different quality of its own. I really like how they look. Like, oh my gosh, especially Ikaraga. Like, you know, their physique is different, their eye designs are different. Like, it just, the whole thing is different, and I like it. I actually, like, legit like this art style. But, yeah, if you'll follow me here, there's a fuck ton of DLC here, and of course, they all have alternate colors. This is at a time before Estival versus in PBS and Shinobi Reflay, where you had like 5 colors for everything. Here, not so. Here, this is just, you know, the outfit, and then maybe an alternate color. But now the good thing is that, yeah, all the DLC is here. So, all of the military uniform, this is just regular Shinobi versus stuff. I think this is, yeah, all of this is already in the regular game. I want to check out some more stuff. Yeah, it's somewhere like here down low where you usually get to see more DLC stuff, like the nurse. I think the nurse was not new. Yeah, like business suit, racing outfit, all of this was DLC. Alternate. I just got out of a really bad cold, by the way, so like if you hear me sniffling or coughing, I do apologize. But then again, I am free to edit the audio as much as I want, so like if I don't want to have you guys hear that, I can just mute it out. Great, editing. Takes time, but goddammit is it worth it. I hate this outfit. Like, the torso is just so flat. It looks like, I don't know, they look wider than they actually are. Like, it just completely covers up their thinness. But here we go, skin tight. There we go, that makes more sense. But yeah, there's a lot of outfits you can go for. Obviously, some a lot more lewd than others. Sexy wedding dress, police woman. And so just like before, you can go for underwears. Take a look at the colors. And stuff like that. I do like the scrolling comments there, like it's a fucking Nico Nico Doga video. If you guys have seen Nico Nico Doga, the comments always like scroll around in that same fashion. Hairstyle, yeah, so again, just like the outfits, same thing goes for the hairstyle. All the DLC here is here as well, so you have all of the characters' hairstyles, but you can also go for a whole bunch of other stuff. Emo, double knot, yeah. Wavy. I was actually thinking of giving Ikaraga something here. I mean, I could just go for the short bob that she has when she was a first year, I think. But I just can't find it. Hold on. Traditional hair. Tradition. Emo cut, loose crop. Short cut. No, this is not. This is like Yozakura to the extreme. Okay, maybe I actually have to beat some of these stories to actually unlock some of this stuff. Or maybe I'm totally wrong and the hair's not here. Who knows? I haven't played this game in a long while. Again, this is probably one of my least favorite Senran Kagura games, so don't think that I'm, like, dying to know the accuracies of this game. Let's see. Basic. Go for basic. You can never go wrong with some long hairy Ikaraga. And, of course, there's a lot of accessories. A lot of accessories. Oh, so many accessories. You can put some ice cream on your head. It is pretty funny, but I like to keep it natural. I like to keep it relatively normal. Of course, you can press X, and you can get into touchy grabby mode. So, of course, you can change the controls on your controller to actually, you know, do all the touching yourself through the controller. You can see me moving stuff over there in almost a comedic manner. You can mash the buttons to do that. Obviously, the clothing breaks off. I kind of like using the regular face buttons rather than the D-pad. And of course, all of that stuff. You know, you can just rapid tap. Eventually, the clothing does break off. And, she does get naked and you get kicked out just like in the regular game. Is there any way to hide this? So, yeah, if you have the mouse pointer, yeah, there we go. So you can actually just click on it, you know, with, you got the scroll wheel, of course. You can zoom in and out. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to click on it and it's not working. I am using my iMac mouse, and that one doesn't have any separate buttons. It's only, like, there's no scroll wheel, and there's no right-click, technically. Everything is, like, touch-based. So maybe it does work, and it's just my mouse that's not letting it work. But you don't really have to worry about that, because you can just tie your controller to all of this. Right bumper and do all of that. And then X and B. And a fuck ton of comments scrolling around. And of course you have the typical comments about the girls wanting to destroy you if you, you know, do stuff to them. And now I'm just deciding what I want to give to her. I think I'm just gonna give her that. She looks nice. Is there a black one? There's a white one. I think I'll just keep that. She looks nice in that. We're unfortunately not going to be playing with Ikariga. We already went through her story. That's done. We gotta give space to the other ladies to have their own story and have their own time of stupidity. Actually, that kind of doesn't look good. I want something that doesn't show on the side. Actually, yeah, you know what? That might work. That might work. All right, and then, well, what is Asuka wearing? Okay, she just has her regular thing. Well, we're not gonna stand for it. Unbutton Hanzo. Ah, I love it if it weren't for that fucking tie. Okay. Military uniform? No. Give her like a bikini or something like that. Give her some suit. What was the thing that Ikariga was wearing when I first entered this mode? Sexy wedding dress, policewoman, fruits and chocolate. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Homura's Okay, here's more stuff. Actor Riona, after Daidoji, Rin. Pastry chef. That is literally just regular-ass pastry chef, not even sexy chefs. Squid tentacles, fisherwoman's uniform, mesh bags. That just looks fucking weird. Tempura. That's really funny, but okay. Nah, that's even worse. That one is equally as bad. Come on, there you go, beach sharong. I like that. Okay, give her a bit of a PBS look here. Oh, all right. Yeah. You don't need to change that at all. Okay, accessories. How about that, okay, one piece hat, heart strand, helmet, Santa bunny hat, golden tiara, presents. What was that little flower? That little flower that she had on her head, that Ikariga had on her head. I should have seen the name of it, had I known that I was going to use it again. Asian ethnic headdress? No, God, no, that's a little too much. Give her a little strawberry candy on her head. Soft serve. Flower headdress. There we go. It was right at the fucking beginning. Alright. I mean, I could try and just customize everybody, but I think I'm gonna customize them as I go along with the game, because after you finish every level, it does ask you if you want to go into the dressing room, so that's good. Alright. So, we're in free mode. Free mode is just, you know, play as whoever, fight against whoever, and that's it. You know, every single song is tied to the character, so if you want to play a certain song, you have to fight against a certain character. You can't just choose whatever song you want. I don't think you can even choose the environment that you want either, so, yeah, not really much of a free mode where you can barely decide. Arcade mode is exactly the same, except that you don't get to choose who you fight. It's like a series of maybe like 5 matches and then it's over, and that's it. Story mode is really like the one and only thing that will make you want to play this game. Just to take a look at the dumbass stories that, you know, now that I have fully embraced the stupid in Senran Kagura, maybe I'll actually appreciate it a lot more than I did back then. because, you know, obviously back then, first time playing Senran Kagura, my very first exposure, I didn't get it, so, yeah. Maybe now, I'll actually appreciate the characters, and maybe enjoy it a lot more. Let's not think too hard about how mediocre the rhythm game is, and just think more about the characters, now that we know them fairly well. So, if you can follow me here, if you look at the characters, Yumi doesn't have a little Ninto statue. Asuka does, and Ikariga does. That means that I beat the story mode. If the characters don't have it, that means that I haven't beaten it yet. And even then, there's like different difficulty modes that I can go for. Easy, normal, and hard. We're gonna go normal for pretty much the entirety of it all. The game is fairly easy, but because I am not acquainted with the Xbox controller, I know that I am gonna fuck it up. So, I wanna keep it easy on myself, and I am going to be fairly quiet during the rhythm game parts, because you do need some concentration. I will commentate, like, you know, occasionally. There might be some heavy editing, when it comes to that. I really don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna think of, you know, how to kind of handle the editing as I do it in real time. But yeah, you know, let's go through all of these characters real quick. Obviously, we have all the Hanzo students. Asuka with her favorite food being Grandpa's Furumaki, favorite food Japanese cuisine for Ikariga. We have Katsuragi, obviously, with her trademark ramen, and with her perviness as always. We got Yagi with her dried cuttlefish and squid in general. We already knew that. A lot of references to that, especially in the anime. We got Hibari with her sweets, which really isn't too different from Minori, who, here she specifies that she likes shortcake, but in general, she just likes a fuck ton of candy. How is she not fat as fuck? I don't know. It's probably that anime logic of, oh, it all just went to her boobs, which is very similar to Murasaki, whose favorite food is plain rice ball, despite the fact that she has a full-on pizza there that looks a lot more delicious than a rice ball. But hey, a shut-in is a shut-in, she likes the simple shit. We also got Miyabi, chicken egg bowl, or egg rice bowl, as it is referenced in Estival verses. If you wanna, you know, think back and cry for a little bit. This is actually a very important character point for Miyabi that you don't really think about if you haven't played Estival verses. But of course, this game came out way before Estival verses. Shiki, she likes tomato juice. Of course, she has kind of like the whole vampire / succubus thing going on, so she likes to suck blood, or like tomato juice, or anything that's like, you know, red or blood-like. And then, of course, she got the sausage, licking it. If you want to talk about sucking anything, well, she can bring in the innuendos. Of course, she's one of my favorites right here. She's really fun. Yozakura, rice crackers, and pretty much anything that Mom used to make. There she goes with some curry there. Of course, these are all Gessen students. Yumi, the ever-so-loving lover of justice with shaved ice. Of course, anything ice-related makes sense with her. Murakuma, rice cake. I mean, there really isn't a lot of, you know, talk about her favorite foods all that much. So, you know, anything would pretty much fit right here pretty nicely. So is Yozakura. She has, like, super dishes or whatever in Estival verses as well. Moving on to New Heavy Joe, we have chicken egg bowl with Miyabi, Murasaki with plain rice bowl, Imu with Inari Zushi. Again, not a very food-specific character, so anything could have easily fit. With Ryobi, her favorite food is lollipops. And, yeah, flat-chested. And, of course, you should have mentioned that, or else you'll die. But, it seemed like she's in her transformed state right now, so we don't have to worry about that. Lollipop is a constant reminder of what she truly is. That all those big boobs are actually fake. Rihanna, of course, the ever-so-loving lover of pain, likes fish sausage. I thought that she would mention, like, tempura or something, because, you know, she's always talking about wanting to be a bowl of tempura or whatever. Rin, a very nice adaptation of her weapon into skewers. Even though it says that she likes beans, she has, like, a full-on, you know, croquet going on there. Of course, Daidoji likes meat, very tough, meat-headed, you know, fighting brawn type of character. So, of course, she likes meat, which is very strange because Homura also loves meat and can't stop talking about it, even though her favorite food is Japanese food, although that could be comprised of meat. So, yeah, who knows? Yummy! Bean sprouts. Obvious. Ikage, she doesn't have a favorite food. She doesn't really have emotions, so she can't really opinionate it one way or the other. Food's food, right? Mirai, she likes stew. I mean, whatever it is you can get out of the stew, considering how it's filled with so much shit in that enormous bowl. Where's the stew? I just see a lot of stuff just kind of crammed in there. Haruka likes dried kelp. Again, you know, a lot of these characters are not really food-focused, you know. Only characters like Minori, Hibari, Miyabi, they kind of have, like, food that kind of, you know, are indicative of their character and stuff like that. Ramen, obviously, with Katsuragi. So, you know, with a lot of these, it could easily be anything and it would be fine, but, you know, obviously you gotta have Asuka with Furumaki, you gotta obviously have Katsuragi with ramen, and you gotta be a meat lover somewhere around there. Wushiki, obviously, because she's kind of sexual most of the time. You know, you got, like, her licking a fucking sausage with tomato, with fucking ketchup on it. Yeah, okay, we don't know. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. But anyway, in the live stream that I did Asuka and Ikariga, and now we're gonna continue on with the Hanzo students. I'm not really planning on going out of order. I'm just gonna go down the line, do Hanzo, then Crimson Squad, and then I'm actually thinking of skipping over to Daidoji because she is technically Hanzo, and they're counting Rin as new Heavy Joe right now. So yeah, when we get there, yeah, the only exception to the rule might actually be Daidoji because she is Hanzo, but she's all the way down here. So what I'm gonna do is that after Hibari, I'll just go to Daidoji and then move on to Crimson Squad, then Gessen, then New Heavy Joe, and then end it off with Rin, and then that should be the end. That should easily be, you know, that should be everything. So I've already been speaking for approximately 30 minutes and I haven't even played the game yet, so, yeah. Let's just go ahead and play the game already before I fucking wear out my voice. My voice is a little rough. I'm coughing and sniffling because I got a cold and I just recently recovered from it. So I'm still a little rough. So yeah, if you guys don't know anything about the story, if you guys are just barely walking into this series and wondering what the fuck's going on, Hanzo just made up some shit about a secret ninja art school that can grant wishes Shenlong style. Shenlong, whatever. And so the only way that you can get this ninja art scroll is by winning a cooking tournament, and so that's what everybody is signing up for. With Asuka, you know, it was to make everything like big and thick or whatever, I forget. Or for everybody to love big and thickness when it comes to Furumaki rolls, or I don't know, I forgot. And then with Ikariga, she essentially wants to have it for herself because she doesn't want anybody to have any pervy wishes. And so now with Katsuragi, you can pretty much use your imagination to assume what the hell it is she wants. It clearly states that on the Super Dish Gourmet Cook-Off, Super Dish, so Dekamori, in Japan, in the Japanese version, this game is actually called Dekamori, Senran Kagura, rather than Senran Kagura Bon Appetit here in the United States. It makes a lot of sense to have that name change because nobody's gonna know what the fuck Dekamori means. So, and Dekamori means Super Dish Senran Kagura. So yeah, so Bon Appetit, it makes sense, whatever. You know, that's one of the localizations that actually makes sense. So, yeah. It states Super Dish or Dekamori, Gourmet Cook-Off flyer in my hand. If I could get my hands on the Secret Ninja Art Scroll. Mwahahaha, yes, I can finally make all the boobs in the world mine. Just the boobs, nothing else. This is before Estival versus, remember that. Because in Estival versus, she grows to appreciate all of the body parts in women, not just boobs. But this is before that, so right now it's all boobs all the time. I happily cry out my appreciation up towards the sky, as all the children walk and they ask their parents where they went wrong. But who would put that scroll up for grabs in a contest? None of it makes any sense if I think about it, for like the 5 seconds that I've thought about it. Yes, think about Chiesato Tanaka. Don't think, feel. Right. This isn't hard. I've never really been a deep thinker anyway. I just need to be more natural, more free. I don't need to think deeply. I don't want to like explode or anything like a certain someone out there that we technically haven't met yet. Act on instinct. Questions just get in the way. Okay, sure. Fuck thinking. So whenever you turn off your thoughts, that's what happens. To everybody. Science proves it. I shout out towards the sky again and again as more children start to cry around me. Yu Kobayashi is the perfect voice actress for this. Thank you for being boobs. I love you all. Thank you for being? Like being boobs? Who are you addressing this to? To boobs? I love you all. I mean, again, think about it. She's not thinking at all, so the promise of this making any fucking sense, just throw it out the window. My head is just full of them all the time. I might as well be made of them. Boobs for brains. Boobs for eyes. I mean, if you squint your eyes hard enough, boobs kind of look like eyes. Boobs for earlobes? Okay, now you're getting a little carried away. What if he pierced your ears so that you can put earrings on them? Wouldn't that hurt? Boobs for hands? Oh god, no. Boobs galore. Jesus. Boobs for feet. Boobs for stomach. Boob cereal. Boob for your car. Boob for your pen. You just fucking squeeze the nipple and the ink comes out. Oh god. Boob accountant. Boob CPA. Boob mice. Boob mousepad. Boob basketballs. Oh. Okay, sure. Okay, we're speaking in the same language, I guess. Squishy, squishy, boingy, boingy. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. I don't either. I'm that excited. Yeah, I mean, again, you're turning your brain off, so I'm just assuming that you're just letting all your primal thoughts, getting it all out of your system before you actually start to get serious with the cooking. Because you will actually have to think. Oppai Haremu, Queen of the Hooters Harem. Alright, fantastic. You will have to actually think when you're cooking, because cooking actually takes a lot of work and timing, and yeah, you gotta be really careful not to fuck it up. You can't not think, you know, if you're cooking. But of course, all of these girls are not necessarily known for being great cooks, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. The first opponent is Mirai. Also, shoutouts to the very fast loading screen, by the way. One of the big advantages of having those pictures on the loading screen was because on the Vita version, it would take a lot longer. So you can just ogle at the girls in 2D. Usually all of those were like, Senran Kagura, New Wave. Yeah, they were like New Wave card designs brought over to the game and stuff. Obviously, most of them are food related. And they're really nice to look at, but here on the PC version, you really don't enjoy them as much because the loading is so fast, which is a good thing, but you know, you might as well go on Twitter and just look up pictures rather than just hoping that the loading screens give you something good. But anyway, we got Mirai. Of course, that's a good person to start with. I like Mirai. They all show up in their transformation outfits, so don't count on them wearing anything else. The only way that you can have them do something different is if you go to the dressing room yourself and you actually change the clothes out. But that's not gonna happen until we actually play their stories. You pass? What do you mean you pass? Oh my god, is this gonna be the same joke of like, you know, Katsuragi is not interested in Mirai because she doesn't have any boobs? Is she gonna start crying? Don't worry, brother. Sister, I accept you for who you are. I love how serious she is. You can join me in my paradise. We accept lollies here. We don't discriminate, okay? All shapes and sizes are fine. Variety is the spice of life. You know, if we're gonna talk about spices, we can talk about variety in this cooking tournament. So please, take my hand and fly away with me. You got wings. You're covered. We're talking about your titties, obviously. That's all she ever talks about. As opposed to the real world where everybody laughs at her. Right this way, child. Opens like some golden gates. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Oh my god, you should get like super like extreme feminist to just, you know, play this game and see what they think about Katsuragi. Because, you know, she accepts all women, she loves all women, it should be okay, right? There's nothing to be offended about, right? Being flat-chested is actually acceptable somewhere? Rule of thought! Nobody will judge you, at least I won't. Please, hold me. Get your face into my bosom. Be in between, replace my tie. In the sense of it being in between my two enormous boobs that for some reason are like stuck to the t-shirt and I can't see anything. All of one world, all of one bosom. Also, it's not a t-shirt, it's a fucking... Ugh, I'm so stupid. I just say things. Again, I'm turning my brain off like Katsuragi. It's not a t-shirt, it's a fucking shirt. With a tie, a blue tie. I wish I was that tie right now. One for all for one. All for one. I love it. I love it when you do that when you speak in English. Great. Then, of course, Mariah being Mariah, she completely and utterly falls for it. I think Katsuragi's right breast is actually getting excited, too. She's saying, hey, yeah, one for all for one, yeah, woo! Like, cheering it on. The left boob is not impressed, though. Win the cook-off. I'm assuming you have your own dream of having bigger boobs. Yeah, don't fall for the pretty words, even though you're really good at it. With that amazing voice of yours. Oh my god, Yagyu! Whew! I mean, Yagyu's my least favorite character, but goddammit, she has her moments. Like that one. Wow. Oh god, Mr. K, I forgot about him. It's first annual. Is that implying that there's gonna be another one? With a killer body and a filthy heart? Just how I like it. Katsuragi-chan! Nothing's gonna stop her. Harem queen. Can I be the harem king? Fletchers aren't so bad. They got their perks. I agree. Cut it out, Baka. Here we go. Shobu! Fighto! Round 1, fight! Bubbling hot pot party. Plate of fried food, giant squid, and seafood stew. Alright. Prepare to not hear me talk all that much. Ah! That file already fucked it up. I already fucked it up. I said like, B? What's B? No! Hold on. B is on the right. Alright. Mash! Okay, here we go. Okay, let's try our best here. Let's not fuck it up. Our goal here is to get the full heart. Uh-huh. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, X, Y, A, B. Alright, I'm getting into it. Hold on. This is gonna be the last time I reset, I swear. Nun. Is a little... It's not the most synced up thing in the world, but it'll have to do. I already fucked it up. You can do ninja arts technically, but... It's like, almost like Star Power and Guitar Hero. Okay, Ugh! I have to pay a lot of attention to be able to, like, pull it off. I might actually do some post-commentary or something, because goddamn it is very difficult to fucking talk and play at the same time. I am going to retry again, because my goal is to actually get the full heart, and I was nowhere near. Okay, I did it. I got the full heart. At least one half of it. So, whenever you do that, Hanzo tries your food, and goes, Omaiwa! And so, delineates the clear winner by who gets their clothes torn off. Which means that I won, because my clothes are still intact. Doing good so far. I'd rather just kind of enjoy the music for now. You know, listening carefully to all of those Shinobi versus references within the songs. Mash it! Alright, oh my god, I actually did really good. Great, I don't have to do a lot of editing, you know, after that. I'm definitely gonna be cutting a lot during the first half of the song because I retried a whole bunch of times. I just gotta focus. Just focus. It's okay if I don't talk all the time. I'm sure most of you just kind of want to hear the songs anyway, so it might actually be better for me not to talk. Oh yeah, I got these sustain notes. I will occasionally interject. Oh my god, Katsuragi, she's slashing it up. She's going crazy with that knife. Be careful not to cut yourself or not to annihilate the food into a fine paste. Look at her, she's fucking shaking. Look at her. Oh, I fucked it up. That's what I get from getting distracted. Oh, well. Boobs jiggling and everything. Okay, there we go. Now this is the good part. Whenever you select the heart, you get that. Zoomed in shots of the girls. Always great. Okay, I'm getting used to the controls now. Okay, I got the buttons down now. I think I'm good. I'm sure gonna get confused at some point, but at least now I know where the buttons are at. Mash it! Thank God that was a mash button. Otherwise, I would have totally fucked that one up. Whew. Well, that was tougher than I thought. When you're doing a Let's Play, trying to commentate and play a rhythm game all at once, not too easy, as it turns out. Alright, so now Hanzo has to judge the food. Very clear difference in quality here. Now the question is, will he eat all of it? How do you even have the stomach for all of that? You're not even eating the food, you're just pretending to eat. That's a problem when your eating animation is the same one no matter what food it is. And so you get a really cringy scene here with Hanzo expressing how delicious the food is. Very reminiscent of Food Wars. If you guys watch Shokugeki no Soma or Food Wars, you'll probably relate to this, because this is essentially just Hanzo being like, oh, it's so good, I feel like I'm on fire. Stew-rific. Yeah, so it's so good that he feels like he is the food. If you guys don't feel like, if you guys feel like you don't see Hanzo enough, well, here we go. That's your moment. And so if you do 100%, this happens. Blah, blah, buy clothes. I can already see the police car emojis in the comments already. I'll take you anytime you want. Alright, fantastic. So typical victory pose. You can move the camera around if you want. I usually don't like to change the angles too much because if you look at the teeth, it just looks kind of weird. But yeah, you know, that's always good to see. But yeah, you know, the objective is to fill up all the hearts, don't fuck up as much as you can, and then like that, more clothes come off. You get a special scene where you get, you know, zoomed in parts of the girls in their underwear. And then after that, if you succeed, then they get fully stripped in the same way that you would in any other Senran Kagura game, and you do get that reward of, you know, Hanzo completely exaggerating about, you know, how good the food is and stuff like that. There's one for every character, so yeah. There's a lot to watch in that sense. Yeah, this game is a lot more about, you know, just experiencing the stupidity. This is definitely a comedy game. Like, this is not going to further the lore in any way. Which, you know, it doesn't have to. You know, I don't think that every single Senran Kagura game has to be like this big serious story. I kind of like it when it gets its moment to shine when it comes to the comedy. There we go. So I unlock Katsuragi's outfit in the blazer brown, a bunch of lingerie, rabbit ears, and flower headdress. Okay, yeah, so I was wondering, that was, you know, when we were in the fucking, dressing room, I was wondering why. Oh my God! Ready to be served! Oh, she has the letter M in her chest. Yeah, oh, no, ooh, yeah. No, wait, please! No, I can explain!
Hi, in my level.